Page 4, Valse Lente. It's from a ballet, Coppélia. 3/4 time, no sharps or flats in the key signature, but we got accidental, so we are using some black keys here. Let's take it one hand at a time because we're kind of moving around and we're using a lot of finger substitutions. And the idea, remember, is, well, there's different styles of fingering. And the one that I use and the one that I teach and the one apparently they're trying to do here is I want to play everything connected, everything legato in the fingers if I can. Can't, of course, but we do the best we can. So here at the beginning, we're coming in on beat 3 because there's only 2 eighth notes in the first measure. But if you look at the last measure on page 5, there's a half note in it. That's 2 counts. So 3 and we're in here, broken C chord, 3 and 1. Then the 5-4 means you play it with 5th finger and immediately put 4th finger on it. You substitute another finger for it. This way our little finger is available for the next note coming up. Here. And that's a finger substitution. And we use it a lot. Organ players use it a lot so they can connect the notes. I encourage you to get good at finger substitutions. You should be able to substitute any finger for any finger. Just whatever the music needs. And do the substitution immediately then. Right immediately. It's like on the first half of the first beat. 1, 2. And then going on, crossover, 3rd finger. Connect that. Just relax. Your thumb, you can move some. Just if you just relax, just pull. Lift up and do it again. Third. And now 3rd line down, the 8th notes. 2, 1. Here. 2, 1 and 2 and 3. And the lift up down here, B. Just come down. And then 4. Lift up. That's the last line on page 4. And they point out the note is a G. It's below the 2nd ledger line. Well, 1 ledger line is a C. 2 is an A. And below that would be a G. So it's a G. And then I recommend on the next measure, go ahead and use 4th finger on the D sharp. Just reach up a little bit. And then here. And you do that some more. So let's go to page 5. Let's go to the 3rd line down, last measure. You're here. Well, the 8th notes you would pick up here. And then 4. And then lift up and come down. And they want you to do 3 again. I don't recommend it. I want to connect them. So I'm going to use 2, and then a 3. Here. So again, I want to connect them. So the last line again is here. 2 and 3. And then 2, and then a 3, and there. And reach up. That's what I recommend. Left hand broken chords. C chord. Rest. Rest. Oh, this is fun. How exciting can this be? Into the 2nd line, 5/7 chord. That's wonderful too. Let's go over to page 5. 3rd line down. We're here. Red. Now reach up. It's an A and a C. And then A flat. 2nd finger is fine. And then come down. Rest. Last line. It's an E. Here, and then reach up again, G, it's an octave, and then come up. Put the hands together. Now again, when you first do this, you're going to hesitate all over. That's fine, don't worry about it. We just want the hands to work together. And go ahead and do the finger substitution immediately. And then lift up in the left hand, it's a rest. Lift up. Notes for the most part are by themselves throughout. Then once you can get the hands sort of working together, then go through it a few times and work on those spots where you're hesitating so it's a steady beat. You don't want your ballet dancers falling over themselves because you hesitated and they're, what? So a steady beat throughout, a nice steady pace. Then we can think about the articulation. There really isn't any. It's fairly connected. Connect these. It's a down, up, 2 note slur, down, up, down, up. And this is. And on these, you have to disconnect the repeated notes, but don't play them real short. No, go ahead and play them as long as you can. And I'm lifting up between these. Lift up. Lift up. And on top of page 5, first measure, you're here. It's a C. I missed that. When I'm reading through this, I thought that was an E. I thought the E at the bottom of page 4 was tight. So, no, it's not. It's a C. I have a habit of missing little things like that. I misread the music sometimes because I'm playing by sound, by key. I'm reading the notes more or less, but I hear these chords, and to me that just sounds right. But they put a C on it to end it. That's a personal thing I have to watch out for, so watch out. On some of the videos you'll notice occasionally I'll hit a wrong note and somebody will point it out and oh yeah, that's wrong, I have to go fix that someday in my old age or something. So put in the articulation. For the dynamics, it goes to the right hand. Soft, whatever you think soft is. The left hand is to be very soft. So you do that. Now you're not going to play the whole thing at the same level because there's no other dynamic given. Get into it, get to feeling the music. If you feel like getting a little louder and softer in places, go for it. Just keep the left hand in the background. You're staying in the area of soft, but you can go up to moderately soft or down to very soft or somewhere in there. Just stay in the area. Then speed, well, moderato is in the middle someplace. Well, that doesn't help a lot, but I think you can find recordings of this, but I would play it about that. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You think 1, 2, 3. That's pretty fast for moderato. Yeah. It's the flow of the piece. I think that's about right for a moderato on this piece. Another piece, the moderato might be a little slower than that. I don't know that I'd ever do a moderato much faster than that. But now, at the beginning, underneath moderato, they have that word grazioso. Back to the Italian stuff again. Just graciously, just make this think gracious of this. You're not exactly going to march out to war here. You're very graciously picture whatever it is. If you kind of feel it and get it into your head, supposedly you'll play it that way, and that's the theory we're going on. Now there is a repeat sign at the bottom of page 5 to repeat and go back and do it all again, but this time the note underneath says play both hands an octave higher. Okay. However, when you start moving both hands around at the same time, that causes a challenge, so let's talk about that. You're ending page 5 here. Last beat, last measure, and we want to go up to here and here. So both here to this position. Well, sometimes you have to move both hands at the same time. You can't help it. But if you can find a way to move one hand at a time, then I recommend it. And it can be quickly, but one hand quickly, I mean, it doesn't have to be slow. They can go quickly and still go one hand at a time. Here we can do that. because the right hand plays first, the pickup beat, and the left hand doesn't, I can leave the left hand where it is. And so I'm here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get the right hand up. And as I'm playing these eighth notes, I put the left hand up. So it's... This way I'm moving one hand at a time, makes it a little easier. Still may take you some practice. And that's okay, because we practice hand moves if we have to, because the beat has to be steady. Don't mess up the beat. Be careful on the rhythm on some of these, because that gets me. I miss it. At the beginning, you have half notes. But then on the third line, you have rest sometimes. So here, rest, and then now half notes, rest, half note, rest, half note, half note. So watch out, because the rest or the half note. On page 5, watch out on the notes in the left hand. They're tricky. So the second line, you just C chord is fine, but then you go to an A chord. A's got to come up. Here, getting ready to hear. Third line, then it's here, and then an A flat, and then all the way down to here. So watch out the notes, they're changing on you. Now they add a little pedal at the end. I disagree with that. If I'm not going to use pedal anywhere else, I'm not using it there either. I don't want to add overtones right there. If anything, I want it to kind of die away. So I'm not going to use pedal here, and I don't recommend you do either. If you do use it, just push it down right after you play the notes and the next to the last measure, and lift it with the hands then at the end of the last measure. To play it with you very slowly to double check the notes and everything. I'm not going to do any dynamics. I'll give us 2 counts. I'll go ready, go, and then we'll come in. We are going to repeat it, and I will move both hands up on the second time. Ready and go, and 3 and 1 and 2.